on the line right now, we have all the way from New York, Whichcraft.
Yeah. Currently in Charlotte, but New York to the heart.
How far away is that for a silly Scotsman? How far away is that?
If you were in a car, it's about 650 miles from where I used to live.
Oh, Jesus, right. Well, that's a long way.
It's like an 11-hour drive from New York, yeah.
Oh.
I know, right? So when I got to see my family, I got to drive 11 hours.
Because again, like when people talk about like cross-country drives, when you think of the UK, we're such a small island. Right. It's like 4 hours to get to the top and bottom.
What?
It's like really,
no way, really, not here,
really
man.
Quick. It's crazy.
I wish.
So happy to have you on. Happy to have you on, man. We just reviewed your album, which we'll put up at the end of this. We'll probably put a link up to the review as well. So you have the album out right now. Face the Mask.
Yes, sir.
Again, you've went with one of the tropes that are like the whole mask thing, right? So like about hiding behind the mask and stuff like that. But has this always been a thing for you that you've wanted to cover?
Well, obviously COVID inspired a lot of it, you know what I'm saying? Just in general. And, you know, I've always been what an essential worker is called. Like I didn't get no break. I didn't get to go and to hang out in my house for 3 months and play hide and go seek with my kids. Like I had to be at work and out there and wearing the mask every day. And then, you know, so I was still in the process before COVID of making this album. And then throughout the process, that's where the inspiration came from was obviously COVID, because I was more creative because I was stuck in the house more. So I wrote more.
Yeah.
And then by the time I was done with the album, I was like, you know, I just need to name it something that I can relate to my life, because a lot of times I've had to work a 9 to 5 and not been able to do hip hop for a living. So I've had to put on a mask for people like Clark Kent and people thinking that I'm one way when I'm totally, if they knew what I was as a hip hop artist, people would be like, oh my God, I didn't know you did all that. You know, so it is a mask for sure. You know what I'm saying? And like, I like at this point in my life, I'm to the point where I just want to keep that mask off, and whether you like it or not, I'm a hip hop artist. I'm an MC. This is me. This is my music. This is my life. You know, if you don't like it, then, you know what I'm saying? So I'm really like into the whole like being transparent now, and that's about facing my own inner demons and my own masks that I wear as well, you know.
Great, man, great. I was going to ask as well, I like to delve into people's background a little bit. When did you sort of start making music, and when was the first time you sort of started hearing hip hop music?
I've been recording and performing since about 1991.
Okay.
I've been doing this for a long time. And hip hop has always been there for me, so I gave back to it. And you know, like I kind of knew that I was born with the gift of being a poet or being whatever I was and when I was a child. So I just kept feeding it, and then to the point where I was performing, and I was, you know, in and out of talent shows all around New York City doing all kinds of stuff. And then it just locked in, and then I started recording demos after demos and sending them out to major labels, to the point where I started recording albums. You know what I'm saying?
You also are like one of the few guys out there that are able to sing as well as also rap at the same time.
Thank you, man.
Well, what is the mixing process like for that? For mixing, rapping, and then singing? Do you have to go through 2 different processes, or do you not handle that side of things?
Yo, that's a good question, man. So I also was a lead singer of a band, and I've been a singer-songwriter since I've been a kid as well. I've always enjoyed singing. So like I've been in and out of chorus, trained vocally, and you know, I can even train people vocally. And I always want to be who I am when I'm doing my music. If I'm doing mostly boom bap, I still have to incorporate myself as who I am. Like I can't help but to sing. Like I hear a dope melody, 9 out of 10 times, I know a lot of DJs, but I'd much rather be the DJ. I much rather sing over the melody, you know what I'm saying, than ask a DJ all the time. And I use DJs, but I prefer to use me in every part of me in my tracks, you know what I'm saying?
I did notice a lot of that as well. So what started after like what got you into actually start making music? Was it from the bands and stuff like that you started?
Nah, actually, I come from a single parent household. So like growing up in the early 80s, hip hop became like like people like KRS-One and Chuck D from Public Enemy and Rakim. These people became like my father that wasn't there, you know, and their music and what they stood for and their pride. And I just wanted to, I knew that that's something that I could do. Once I started hearing that and hearing what they were telling me and listening to all the culture and everything that they believed in, and you know what I'm saying, and how proud they were of what they spoke of, I was like, you know what, this is driving me. And then that's really what really got me into being a boom bap MC or just being an MC, was listening to people like KRS-One, Tribe Called Quest, De La Soul, you know, Busta Rhymes, like all those people in the 90s were like my, not only my inspiration, but they also felt like relatives to me, you know what I'm saying? So I counted on their you know, their talents to become, you know, what I am, because they inspired me, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm. So what's the hip hop scene like in, well, I was going to ask about New York before, but it'll be North Carolina. I'm supposed to ask this time. What's the hip hop
Oh,
scene like in over there?
oh man. I don't know. I can't speak on Charlotte too much. Most of the performing I do or have done is in New York. Even when I have, since I've lived in Charlotte, I still would go back up to New York and perform with my MHB brothers, or I would find places. I performed in Charlotte, but I performed in Charlotte more either as a poet or in a band. Most of the
Okay.
stuff I've done in Charlotte has been like band based. I've done hip hop stuff out here, but far and in between, because it's very cliquish in Charlotte, unfortunately. You know, it's a small city, so they tend to like, if there is a boom bap crowd, they tend to like, the MCs and DJs and stuff out here kind of keep their own little circle. And I don't flow with circles. I'm more of like worldly. You know, I'll jump in wherever it's going. You know what I'm saying? So like in Charlotte, you know what I'm saying? Most of the stuff I've done in Charlotte has been my singer songwriter stuff, but New York always all over the place, you know.
Mhm. I did notice as well that you had a really specific like spoken word poetry sound when you're going through this.
Yeah, I
A lot of
mean,
the time.
that was a way of just exercising my wordplay, especially where I couldn't find any hip hop events. I would, you know, I've done spoken word. That my subterranean projects used to be really big in the underground, and that was with my brother PMer, who's, you know, he's a poet and a great he does great murals, and so
Mhm.
we've done that spoken word. So spoken word's always been a part of me. It's just been a way of exercising the wordplay. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm. It's great to experiment with lots of different things. Do you still do band work and stuff like that as well, or do you just
Man, since I broke up with my band, nah, man, and
okay?
I'm eager. Like I'm really good. I can rock a band just as good as Chris Cornell, or rap just as good as KRS. But I like both of them because both of them give me the goosebumps when I'm doing them. So I love doing rock and roll, and I love doing hip hop, probably equal to each other, because they both, you know, feed my soul. You know.
Defo, man, defo. I say, so what? Who would you like to collaborate with in the future? Do you have any? Do you have any big plans? Any people in mind?
That's funny you said that, because I was just hitting my man Fred Ones up from Gorilla Grooves, and I was talking about this my dude Creature that I heard just recently, and
Mhm.
I dug him. I thought it was like minded, but I feel like right now at the point, you know, whoever I'm working with right now, whether it be Mike Titan, Cedar Cuban, Dead Poet Society, all these people I'm collaborating with now, Odd Pilot, you know what I'm saying, Hilltop Productions, they're all like great producers. DJ Hyach he's from Charlotte. He's probably the only artist I work with out here. DJ H for now, dope producer, and he's also like me, he sings and has a band. So we doing stuff, but I just like collaborating with whoever. I feel like God puts it all together. So whoever ends up in the cipher, I'm like, boom, let's do it. You know. But it is my dream to rock with the people that I've always been around since they've been around, but we never collab. Like I'd love to rhyme with Black Thought. I'd love to do something with Black Thought, RZA, Redman, you know what I'm saying? Like the people that I always was like, yo, that verse was dope. Let me rewind it. You know what I'm saying? Like those kind of MCs. Though I would definitely love to do that. But me and Mike Titan and some other dudes I'm working with now, like yo, it's been a blessing. One to dial. Even I'm rhyming with my brothers on my album, Randy Mason and K Mason. Those are my brother-in-laws. I've been
Yeah.
rhyming with him since I've been maybe 16 years old. K Mason. You know what I'm saying?
I could see you jumping in on like a new Roots album or something like that, just jumping on. How
Yeah.
much would you love that? That'd be amazing.
Oh man, Black Thought, for me personally, I think Black Thought is the best. Since I've heard that 97.1 rhyme, I haven't heard any MC go 120 bars like that.
That was crazy, man. That was like one of the best. I was listening to that today as well. It's fucked up.
Yeah, exactly.
Crazy.
That's the stuff that, like, if you can't be at that level, I give you props, I'll give you love, but like if you can't be at that level, it's hard for me to like. I just show love and I give respect, but like if you can't do what that is, then you can't fit nowhere near my top 20. I'm super picky. I just expect MCs to be able to at least do what I do or respect their craft. You know, I don't knock what other people are doing, but if it can't be like all out, like if you can't go all out with your pen and your delivery, then, you know, I'll just be like, yo, respect. But if it can't, you know what I'm saying? It's got to be hard hitting, man. It's got to be like how LeBron would hold a basketball. I feel
like I've gotten to the level as well where I can't really listen to people that are like. I used to like a lot of like laid back stuff, guys like really laid back, but I feel like when people are too relaxed, there's no charisma sometimes.
Right.
Sometimes people could pull it off, but I feel like unless you're putting your all into the music, then you're not really doing much for me.
Yeah, and there's so many people out there that can do it, so make room. I think a lot of people need to just. There's too many audience and not enough MCs. Like I think there needs to be more of. It's okay to just be a fan of the culture and just love hip hop. It doesn't mean you necessarily have to like, okay, I'm gonna grab a drum machine and a mic and do, it's not that easy. Like I've had to put in so many years of practice, rehearsal, shows. Like I had to pay so many dues before I even thought to call myself an MC. Like now kids just be like making stuff up in their basement and then all of a sudden they're like, poof, I'm an MC. It's not that easy. You gotta pay the dues.
Exactly, man. Exactly. So Face the Mask is out right now.
Yes,
do you have what's your plans for the upcoming year, man? Do you have much out?
Yeah, well, I'm definitely appreciating the process of this album. I'm getting a lot of love, a lot of looks. So to push this album more, you know what I'm saying? I'm working with a new single with C the Cuban, my man from New York, great producer. He's doing a lot of stuff with people like Nutso and them. Me and him got a single coming out in 2 weeks. And I have an album dropping in August, right after this one, with Hilltop, Drastic Measures. We did the Scarecrow together. You guys promoted it, which I appreciated it on the Daily Dose. Scarecrow, that was with Odd Pilot. But me and him are doing a project together, just me and Hilltop. And he's a great MC as well. So we're putting out an album called The Year of the Locust. And that's going to be fire. It's already got Rye Walker on there. It's got Mike Titan. It's got a lot of known underground MCs from across the world on there, as Peter Sparker, different MCs that are already jumping in on that one.
Nice.
So that's going to be fire.
Awesome, man. I look forward to hearing it, my man. Thanks for coming on again. Thanks for coming on, man. It's been heavily appreciated, my dude.
Man, great interview. I hope I didn't ramble on too much.
No, it's good. That's good. The more rambling you do, the easier it is for me because I just sit the fuck back. It's a lot easier. So it's all good, man.
Yeah. Oh, so let me ask you this: What did you think when you listened to the album, man?
It's nice. It's nice. It's really nicely put together. I think there was I'm going to go for the review. There was a standout track. I can't remember the fucking name. Wait a minute. I'm going to have to get this.
Yeah, appreciate it, man.
Oh wait, no, I might have it here. The Light Always Shines. It has one of those beats that always like kind of attracts me like straight away to tunes, and it's just like a really nice to put together tune. That was probably my favorite tune from this.
So, bet that's the next video I'm rocking out. So I'm going to be shooting.
Nice.
Yeah, that's going to be fire. Look out for that one.
Awesome, perfect, man. Well, again, thank you, and we'll get this up very soon for you, man.
Yeah, man. Respect, brother.
No problem at all, man. I'll let you go, man.
Hip Hop Heads all day. Always show love. Thank you, Hip Hop Heads.
Awesome, man. Thank you, dude.
HipHopHeads.com.
Awesome. Perfect, man. Thanks very much, dude.
Yeah, man.